Hello, dear Scorpio. I have not forgotten about you all. I hope that you had a beautiful June and that you enjoy my weekly update for you. You are the only one that I'm going to do the weekly update on for July, just because I missed you the latter half of June, okay? I do apologize, but I want to come through and read your card and pick up on your energies moving in here, okay? Moving into the beginning of June, all right? My words kind of left me there for a second. All right. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the present energies as well as the two evolving energies and clarify and see what messages you may derive, moving into your month this month. Okay. Later on, I'm going to come back and I'm going to put out your July read. Okay. So I'm planning on getting those out this week. All right. I'm confident I will this time. I had a lot of unexpected things happen, and so yeah, but I'm back on track now. So I will also still be doing the 50 card reads because I'm getting rid of the mid-month updates. So that's going to leave more time for other fun subjects. And we'll explore those together, okay? But without further ado, let's get started, okay? Dear Spirit, what is the present energy for my dear Scorpios moving into July here? Please show us the present energies for my dear Scorpio moving into the first week of July. Please show me. And I have Innocence, which is equivalent to the Sun card. All right. Dear Spirit, please show me the evolving energies for my dear Scorpio moving into the first week of July. Please show me the evolving energies for Scorpio moving into this first week of July. 5 of Rainbows, the Outsider. Okay. One more evolving energy for my dear Scorpios, dear Spirit, moving into this first week of July. Please show me the evolving energies for my dear Scorpios here in July. 10 of Rainbows, we are the world. Excuse my singing, guys. I've been running like a wild woman. All right. So without further ado, let's get started, okay? The first card that has come into view for you, dear Scorpio, is the Innocence card, okay? This card, dear Scorpio, is about appreciating the small things in life. It seems like many of you guys may be in the energy or the mood for appreciation, a mood of thankfulness, the mood that, things are going my way, even in small ways. I understand the brilliance of where I am today. I understand exactly why things have happened, perhaps, for some of my dear Scorpios, the way they have in the past. I understand that those things had to happen to bring me to where I am today. As you can see, this man, he's sitting here and he's looking at this little praying mantis. And he's really, he's very pleased with, just admiring the beauty of this specimen. And so that's the spirit of the energy that I'm showing for you guys moving in. But let's clarify, what is this innocence about? This could also have to do with children. Some of my dear Scorpios may be heavily focused on the young ones, the young little ones around them at this particular juncture in the month, okay? Maybe there's something special happening. Maybe there's a baby shower, That's also the sentiment that innocence brings out, the innocence of life, that childlike innocence, okay? But dear Spirit, please clarify innocence for my dear divine masculine, divine feminine, and Scorpios here in the beginning of July. Please clarify innocence for my dear Scorpios. Wow. And I have the 9 of chalices because, dear Scorpio, some of you guys made a wish, okay? You made a wish, and guess what? It came true. What were you wishing, dear Scorpio? What was the wish that you made that came true? So some of my dear Scorpios are being able to appreciate something in their life because they made a wish, okay? This 9 of chalices is a cup of wish fulfillment. They made a wish. Some of my dear Scorpios may have been in a situation where they had a wish fulfilled, and it took some stress off of their shoulders, off of their backs, and as a result, they're able to now appreciate the beauty in life, to have their day in the sun. Okay, but let's even clarify more. That's beautiful. What is this night? What was this wish, dear Spirit? What is this wish about for my dear Scorpios here in July? Please clarify, dear Spirit. The Nine of Chalices for my dear Scorpios here in July. Please clarify, dear Spirit. Ooh. And I have the Judgment here, okay? Because somebody made a wish, all right? Something was resurrected in your life, okay? Something was resurrected from the past. A final verdict came in, perhaps, as it pertains to a particular situation. An outcome was derived from a particular circumstance in your life. Nonetheless, with this judgment came wish fulfillment. It seems like many of my Scorpios may have been in a situation where they made a wish and they were able to see that wish fulfilled because the judgment came down in their favor. All right? Judgment came down in their favor. All right? And as a result, they're able to take it easy and appreciate the innocent aspects in life. Okay? Which I find very interesting. Okay? As you can see, these people, they're rising from the grave. Okay? So this tells me that, all right, there was something that had to be resurrected. Did some of my dear Scorpios resurrect with not resurrect, sorry. Reconcile, okay, with someone, or, close the book, perhaps, on a particular chapter in their life. Nonetheless, this Judgment card is equivalent to is the 20th card of the Zodiac, okay? So it makes me believe also that some of my dear Scorpios may have actually had a decision to make, or were pulled between two options, some of my dear Scorpios, and they were able to close the book in that aspect. So it's going to vary. The energies will vary per situation. Nonetheless, what this tells me is that many of my dear Scorpios are moving into the month having had some sort of wish fulfilled, great or small, okay? And as a result, they're appreciating the simple things in life. All right, moving along, the first evolving energy is the Five of Rainbows, the outsider. Okay, so the outsider is about, I see the promise, okay? The Five of Rainbows would be equivalent to the Five of Pentacles, which actually highlights poverty consciousness. But there's a slightly different meaning in the Osho Zen version, okay? What this means is that there's a promise of material confirmation, material realization, the promise of material development in some aspect in your life. However, you feel like it's just out of reach, okay? But what this card reminds me of is that you have the key, dear Scorpio, in your pocket. Do you see that lock on this card? That lock is facing you. You have the key and you have the ability to open that gate. This reminds me of the fact that nothing is put on us more than we can bear. Nothing. We always have the key. Even if things don't happen as quickly as we would like them to, we have the key to get to our promise, to get to our material realizations, to be able to handle the practical aspects and be abundant in life, okay? But let's clarify the Five of Rainbows for my dear Scorpios here in July. Please clarify, dear Spirit, the Five of Rainbows for Scorpio. What is this about for my dear Scorpios, the Five of Rainbows? Justice. Justice, dear Scorpio. So, yeah, Scorpio. Some of my dear Scorpios may have actually been successful, because I have the Judgment card and I have the Justice card showing up here. So this tells me that somebody may have definitely been involved in a legal matter. This legal matter could involve just about any aspect, relationship-wise, career-wise, just getting legalities together as it pertains to a business, perhaps. Nonetheless, the Justice Tarot could also stand for a Libra, a significant Libra in your life, okay? Nonetheless, the Justice is telling me that this lady, you see she's taking her shoes off right here? Justice was served. Justice was served in her favor, okay? She's not worried about a thing. She's taking her shoes off. She's like, I am going to get off of the warpath now, you know? This is like, you know, justice is like, okay, the consequences of your actions are at hand. You know, the fact that this card is coming out with the 5 of Rainbows tarot card, okay, it's clarifying it. It's saying that this event is behind you, okay? So in some of instances, some of my dear Scorpios, maybe justice didn't feel like justice was served in some aspect of their life. This could be in regards to a relationship. This could be in regards to your career. This could be in regards to just about any aspect in your life. You feel like an outsider because justice may not have been served, okay? Or if justice was served, maybe you were shunned because of the justice that was handed down, because of judgment by others, through others, you know. Nonetheless, it seems like some of my dear Scorpios, they had a victory, they had a wish fulfilled, judgment came down, a case was closed, something was resurrected in their life, and they were able to appreciate the simple things in life and then moving on with the evolving energies. But even in success, you're not going to have everybody who celebrates with you, dear Scorpio, okay? Even in success, you're going to have people who are not going to react in the way that you would hope they would, okay? And that's what it seems like this justice card is showing us right here, that justice came in even in your victory. Even in your victory, everybody's not going to be happy, but the consequences came in, and even with success, you know, just because other people are not happy doesn't mean that you don't have the keys to your own happiness in your own pocket, dear Scorpio, okay? And for whoever that is meant for, I think it's meant for a handful, okay? But let's clarify justice for my dear Scorpio here in July. Dear Spirit, please show me what this justice is about. What was this justice about for Scorpio that led to feeling like the outsider? Please clarify, dear Spirit, for my dear Scorpios here in July. Please clarify. And I have the Magician. So it's something you initiated. You enacted justice in some aspect in your life. Maybe you had to speak up for yourself when it pertains to something within your relationship. Maybe you had to speak up for something as it pertains to something at your job. And at the end of the day, fairness had to rule the day. And as a result, you began to feel like an outsider. Okay? But remember, these are moving energies. These energies are moving very fast, dear Scorpio. So, you know, there could be some aspect within your week moving into early July where you feel like the outsider because you had to enact justice in some area within your life. Also, you closed the book on some aspect, and as a result, a wish was fulfilled and allowed you to appreciate more family time, more time with your lover, more time with your friends, okay? But now you're feeling like the outsider. But we're going to move on to the next evolving energy. What is this about, dear Spirit? We have the 10 of Rainbows, which is equivalent to the 10 of Pentacles. So guess what? That energy is going to come and go, because you're going to be right back in the mood of celebration. We are the world. We are the world is all about material stability, material comfort, family security. All right, connecting with others, connecting with your friends. No longer the outsider. This outsider phase is just temporary. You're about to get back into the groove of things, huh, Scorpio? But let's clarify this 10 of Rainbows energy for my dear Scorpios here in July. Please clarify, dear Spirit, for my Scorpios, the 10 of Rainbows. What's this about for my dear Scorpios here in July? Please clarify. And I have the Hierophant. Wow, that's interesting. This is a card, this is about an institution. This is about a business, okay? A corporation, a church, a temple, anything of that nature. This could also indicate your workplace, all right? So if by chance you had to enact justice within your workplace, understand that this feeling like the outsider is just temporary, that things are going to come together because you did what you had to do. You enacted justice. You closed the book. If this has to do with a relationship, all right, you may have had to end a certain habit within your relationship. You may have had to stand up for yourself within your relationship. You may have had, and you felt like the outsider. Maybe you were shunned. Nonetheless, this is a temporary phase as such structure, okay? Structure is coming back in, right? And structure is going to be there to say, okay, we are a family unit for those that are, have their families, or the Hierophant's coming in to say, there's going to be order. We're going to pray together. Some of my dear Scorpios may feel that way, in order so that we can come together and be in unity, which is what we're destined to do. The energies are very, very, very ripe for that type of interaction for us. The Hierophant can indicate, with it coming up with the Justice card here, it definitely can indicate the legal system. Some of my dear Scorpios may be involved in the legal system. However, with Judgment, the Hierophant, and Justice coming up like they are here, I am very confident that whatever the matter is, justice will prevail. So if you are concerned about fairness being the case or being served, it's going to happen. Okay. Another aspect for the Hierophant in this particular rendition is that some of my dear Scorpios are going to be facilitators of understanding, and they're going to be able to communicate, okay, even if they felt like they had to put their foot down, all right? Put their foot down in some aspect of their life. They're going to be able to facilitate the communication to bring all parties together, okay? To bring your lover back around. You're going to be the facilitator of understanding, okay? Understanding, the facilitator of knowing, the facilitator of bringing back unity, okay? Dear Scorpio, so if you feel like the outsider right now, understand that you have the energy, you have the spirit, and if you have the determination, you can definitely turn things around if you feel like the outsider moving into this early part of June, okay? But dear Spirit, let's please clarify the Hierophant for my dear Scorpios here in the beginning of July. Please clarify, dear Spirit, for my beautiful Scorpios. And I have the Six of Cups, okay? Because some element from the past may have popped up, huh, Scorpio? Okay? You're thinking back, you're reminiscing, all right? Maybe after justice was served, some of my Scorpios said, you know what? I want this. This reminds me, okay? I don't see the Two of Swords or Two of Pentacles energy, but it's the energy of like the afterthought, okay? Maybe I'm reflecting on how I went about making judgment, how I went about enacting justice in this particular situation in my life. And now I'm reminiscing on it. I'm understanding where I went wrong, where they went wrong. But I am only in control of myself, says dear Scorpio. So I'm going to make right whatever it is that I may have done. All right? This could also indicate that this quite literally could be somebody from your past, all right, that is having this impact on you this month, dear Scorpio, all right? Nonetheless, you are the facilitator of communication and structure in order to bring unity or stability to a situation. So that's pretty beautiful, dear Scorpio. Thank you for joining me. This has been a pleasure. And in case you forgot, and I'll have your reading out by this weekend, okay? But in case you forgot, during your full month reading, I pulled this card, Beyond Death, Life, okay? This is card number 1. Again, this is about manifestation, okay? This card is all about manifestation because it is the number 1 card. It is the creator card. It is the beginning and the end. Death and life, right? But let's see what Elena Fairchild says about this using Rumi's writings, okay? And here we go. Beyond Death, Life. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. I am calling to you. Can you hear me? Listen within your heart. There I speak. My voice rings true. You are urged beyond what has been. The time has come. Lay it to rest now. This ending comes as grace to free you from all that you have known. For what you have known is now too small for your soul. Bear your uncertainty without equanimity. Oh my gosh, tongue tied, sorry guys. I am certain enough for both of us. Allow me to show you the light that you are, that burns within you, blazing angel of heavenly purity. I will unveil you to yourself, undressing your ego, casting aside its layers, as tender as a lover, with unwavering attention upon the sacred body of light. You shall know yourself in truth, as pure beyond all experience, untainted, ever innocent, as a pure vessel stripped bare, ready for the divine revelation. As light, as life, as love, dear Scorpio. The soul craves variety because it leads to wholeness, and wholeness leads to divine revelation. The purpose of the soul incarnating in this world in the first place is to realize its divinity through the sacred crucible of life. The older the soul, the closer it is to the realization of divine oneness, and the more powerful its determination to shed that which would constrain complete and conscious immersion into the divine presence. So here you are, an old soul at the edge of something you have known, at the cusp of an ending and a beginning. Perhaps you are already in surrender and falling in, or perhaps you are fearful and resisting as you greet your unknown destiny. Yet this moment is happening because your own divine soul has chosen for it to be this way, so that love may grow. There is no punishment in this ending, nor is there anything to fear. There may be pain, there may be grief and loss, there may be uncertainty and even insecurity. Yet you have a heart big enough to bear such growing pains. Your heart is even big enough to receive the joy that is lying in wait for you as you stumble across her in the course of your clumsy, inspired travails into new life. You can scoop her up in your arms and spin her wildly about as she delights in your embrace, throwing her head back and laughing her vibrant, contagious laughter, filling you with its exquisite ecstasy. Yes, you shall know the truth, the knowledge that the divine is with you, guiding every unfolding moment of your life journey. No matter how dark it may appear, the divine is with you in unflinching generosity, with compassion and with fierce passion for your blossoming into all that you are, all that you can be, dear Scorpio. So what must you do to receive this divine grace, this new life? You must be willing to face death. It may be that death has come to you in the form of loss of a beloved one, a physical loss that takes you into the darkest despair or depths of your grieving heart. It may be death that comes to you in the ending of a financial or professional situation you once relied upon. It could also be in the sense that you don't really know who you are anymore. Old identities having shown themselves to be inadequate, inaccurate, mere ego masks, too small for the great being that you are starting to suspect you may be. Your death may be a choice to let go, to take a step in a new direction, to move house, to end a relationship, to change career, or to step away from religious or philosophical traditions, or a group or teacher. Your death may not feel as though it has come by choice at all. It may be a sickness that leaves you feeling helpless, a relationship or other life circumstance changing when you wish with all your heart that it would not. Your transition through death may be triggered by an inner feeling that you cannot quite pin down. Nonetheless, it powerfully propels that you cannot Nonetheless, it powerfully propels you away from what has been towards untapped possibilities, perhaps even towards great confusion as you encounter life in a new way, feeling even somewhat unprepared and uncertain as to what may lie ahead for you now. How you deal with this grace hidden though it may at first appear to be under the cloak of crisis is up to you. You have enough spiritual intelligence to shift perspective and to choose if you wish to rest your inner gaze upon what lies beyond the death. Gaze instead upon the new life that is calling you. When you know deep within that no matter what experience you have had in your life that you are untainted, you will be more easily able to trust in the love the divine has for you. You won't question your worthiness, and therefore you will trust in life more easily and more fully, no matter how much it asks of you at times. The divine is a relentless lover. It wants nothing less than your total being to be held in its embrace. Sometimes that means we will have to give up lesser loves for the greater lover, the divine one that calls us to remember our true nature. You are a beautiful, blazing soul having a human experience that defies explanation and opens you up to divinity. This is what is happening in your life right now, dear Scorpio. Whether the death is obvious and painful to you or whether you are uncertain as to how it is as yet showing up in your life. Either way, There is an ending imminent and a new life coming to you, with greater opportunity for your radiant soul to shine its beauty in the world. Grasp it eagerly, beloved. Now is not the time for fear or hesitation. Focus on what is coming whilst honoring what is no longer to be. Place your hands on your heart, dear Scorpio, and say the following aloud. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I call upon your loving grace. Please help me release what I no longer need, what is too small for my great light. Help me recognize the purity of my own being so that I can more easily trust in the divine love calling to me like an insistent lover. In every moment I breathe in your compassionate grace now. Thank you, my beloved. Keeping your hands resting on your heart at the center of your chest, simply breathe in and out gently and easily. Focus on the feeling of your hands on your chest. Do this for as long as feels good for you. When you have finished, open your eyes. You will have finished your honoring ritual, dear Scorpio. Thank you for joining me. Look out by Monday. I'll have your full July reading out. I'm thinking that these Rumi oracles, I love them dearly, and I may bring them back, but for July, I'm going to give them a rest. So be sure to come back. Like I said, it was a pleasure reading for you guys. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you stay abreast on your readings as they come out. And until next time I get a chance to fill your spirit, dear Scorpio, much love and many blessings.